Hey, what's up? I just want to give you guys a channel update. I got quite a bit of followers since I got shouted out by Knife Time with Uncle Junk for some of the things that I sent him and some of the things that we have in the fire right now. Thank you. We're at 100 subscribers. Yeah, I didn't think 100 people would want to see what I do. I don't really do too much as of right now, but I have some big news coming up. Mr. Junk sent me a project that we're going to work on together and do some collaborations with. One of his Goy Sharks. I think it's a bigger model though, a larger model. That should be here sometime next week, so I'll start working on that. And I wanted to show you guys how I implement my designs into brass. It's a little different in my experience. It's a little different between drawing and actually sculpting. I'm new at this. I don't really have any idea on technical knowledge. I just get something in my mind, put it on paper, and then I take out essentially what I've drawn and use it as a stencil to place over the brass. And then a majority of the work I do is with files, just because I feel like it moves a little bit faster and it takes a little less time to ruin something if I start going down a bad path what I don't like. I do have a Dremel with one of the wands. I don't know what it's called, but I typically remove a lot of the metal with the files first. And when I start to do like miniatures for like manukis and stuff for handles and knives, I start by sculpting what I'm trying to sculpt first while I have a material to hold on to for my vise or clamping it to a table or whatever to keep it still. But I just kind of wanted to show you I have something that I have on paper that I'm going to incorporate into the collaboration with the Goy Shark. My idea is to sculpt the entire handle out of brass, or maybe like a very, very dense wood, like a desert ironwood, and actually carve this drawing into the handle. But I don't know how that's going to go yet, so I'm going to make multiple copies of this original artwork. But I kind of wanted to walk you through the process of how I draw something to be carved and not just draw something for art. So hold on a second. So here's my basic skull, right? And you can see the drawing isn't perfect as far as shading goes, but the idea is all these dark areas here are actually material I need to remove. So the darker the material obviously is, the deeper I need to go. And so what I'll do is once this drawing is finished to a point where I feel good about it, I'll cut it all out and I'll super glue it to the brass material or whatever I'm using, G10, micarta, whatever it be. So what I'll do is I'll just go in here and I'll start embellishing, all this area here to where I like it. And it gives me a reference point on material I need to remove, because then once this material is removed out of here, then I can go in here and just gradually fill these parts with brass black as I'm going forward. So like all this right here will be removed, and it's just a visual aid to me that tells me what I need to remove, what material I need to remove. So obviously I need to remove a ton of material from this mouth area to make it look three-dimensional. So typically the artwork that I come up with is shaded a little bit better, but since I'm using it as a sculpture, I know that once I get here, I need to remove enough material to make this cheekbone pop. So, and you can't really see it yet, but this is actually all going to be relieved here. Like all this material here is going to be relieved, so you can make this cheekbone three-dimensional. So once this cheekbone becomes three-dimensional, then we start to see the jawbone here form. So then I'll take a material out of here, right? I'll take my material out of here to make this part of the jawbone more three-dimensional. Okay, and I don't know whether I want to do a bone right here through his mouth or if I want to do a dagger. Right now I'm just kind of seeing what looks good on paper and what I know will look good on brass. I don't know what it is about brass, but like the luster after it's polished, you know, I mean, it looks amazing. I don't know of any other material that, you know, makes me feel like, oh my God, that's crazy. So what I'll do is once I relieve these areas here, and then this part sticks out a little bit more, then I can go in there and start with polishing compound. And I want to make all of its bones, like its raised bones, like his jawbone here, and then there'll be a brow bone here. And then once I get to the point where I can relieve enough material out of here, the bridge of his nose, that'll all be polished. This brow bone right here will be polished. This cheekbone, and then going down here. Now the trick that I don't know how it's going to work well yet is I have to relieve enough material here because I want the bone or the dagger, whatever I decide to come out through his mouth, I want this to disappear here and then come through the shadow of the top of the roof of his mouth, and I have to make this three-dimensional somehow. So this almost has to have almost no carving at all in order to offset this area here where I'm going to darken here to build texture, darken here to build texture. So yeah, it should look something like that. The final design will be, I kind of wanted to show you guys on some of the things that I can do. I don't know if I'll ever get to a point where I'm going to sell any of this stuff. I just am doing it for the love of doing it. And I'm doing it to help support a friend of mine and friends of mine in the industry. Like I said, I'm not a professional at this. I just do it as a hobby. I do it because I'm passionate about it, and I want to see other people succeed. You know, a lot of times in the industry in the past, you've had, you know, collaborations with really, really respected knife makers and jewelers, you know, with Derek Ubataki and Steel Flame. And so Schmuckatelli, you know, all those guys that do really crazy work. You know, I'm nowhere near, my designs are nowhere near as good as theirs. I'm not trying to copy any of theirs. What I'm doing is original artwork for me. But I want to try to, you know, help my friends the best I can. And if you like my designs and you like the work, you know, follow the YouTube channel. But I appreciate all the support. I don't know what I'm going to do for the giveaway yet. I have to do some thinking on that. But I do plan on doing a giveaway here soon. I think it'll just be some original artwork from me. So let me know in the comment section if that's something that you would like. Yeah, I just got to wait for some material to come through, some tooling, so I can start carving this out. I want to get the knife in hand next week, so I apologize if some of my videos are a little stagnant. I want to be able to provide enough content, like watchable content. I also don't know, based on my reviews and when I look at like the analytics from YouTube, I don't get a lot of exposure for long format videos. It's mostly just shorts. So it's really hard to incorporate, you know, me actually doing the work. But if you guys would like to see some long format videos of my little ghetto setup, you know, like I said, I don't have like a professional setup. I do all this stuff on a picnic table essentially and with some hand tools. But if you guys are interested in seeing it, please just put it in the comments, and I'll do the best I can. But thank you, I really appreciate it, and I have some more projects coming out in the future. And if I do sell some things, what I'll do is I'm just going to complete a piece, and once the piece is completed, you can either hit me up on my Instagram or you can get in touch with me. I'll figure out a way for you guys to get in touch with me. That way we can, you know, I can get some stuff sent out to you if that's something you guys are obliged to do. I do have some ideas about something cool that I've been working on. This is kind of a little sneak peek, nowhere near ready, but I think the whole thing as far as designers and knife makers and all that stuff, we're competing for pocket space, and everyone wants to carry cool shit, multiple knives and stuff like that, flashlights and guns and whatever you want to carry. But the idea is, for me, is I want to incorporate something that you could defend yourself with that's not going to be obnoxious. Like, I think the little G10 Sharpies stuff and all that stuff, I think is kind of a gimmick. Yeah, sure, it's gonna work, but I want something cool, something with a little bit of artistic flair on it. But I'm thinking of maybe a capsule that you could put whatever the fuck you want in it. The knife world is crazy. The things that people carry on them now, like EDC stuff, is ridiculous. Some, like, people carrying toys and knives and flashlights and guns and titanium, pry bars and all this stuff. Like, I don't know. But the idea for something I'm going to incorporate, if I'm going to earn some space in your pocket, I want it to be a multifunctional tool that you could use. And it's nothing groundbreaking. It's been done before. But it's just my little twist on it. So stay tuned. I got some stuff coming up. And like I said, I really appreciate all your comments, all the follows, and stay tuned. Thanks.